Just a while ago, I was talking with a person who stayed with me in this room. She must be about 31 or 2 years old, perhaps, working for Accenture, involved in the supply management internationally, but doing the work between the client and the coding to connect to the customer and for them to install AI. And her description was quite interesting that many of the smaller companies were being acquired by those used to be big eight, big four, I guess, the accounting firms, or they're into the data management and AI. So Accenture is doing that. Lots of takeover taking place, buying the companies with the talent who can do the work, mainly smaller companies, to gain more knowledge and the database such that the bigger companies may be able to utilize those talent so that Accenture or any other accounting firms and those IT related big companies can bridge the gap to transition for the companies to move on with this AI-based logistics supply management. What's interesting to me, just briefly, I'm going to share with you the conversation I had with her later, but to summarize, the way things happen in those smaller companies to implement AI, if you can picture the manufacturing, there's a hierarchy of managerial process taking place. The picture what needs to be done and broken down to the inventory management or scheduling or whatever, logistics, and further down. So it's like a company, mini company, mini company, agent, mini agent, mini agent, maybe the way to look at it. So it's kind of like a mini company, mini company, the same concept with a network. So the whole IT structure of supply management, including the documentation and the mailing and others, to be all put together, tied together, integrated. And therefore, having those smaller companies acquired and have the knowledge and the experience and the database and the AI advanced in certain direction, they can expand that and leverage that experience to deal with the bigger companies. So that's the trend that's happening. My book I've written about Toyota Production System, those days are the 1987 when I wrote, but the idea of the mini company was 1992. So that instead of the mini company structure, we have the mini AI structure. As much as I talk about the me and the mini me as a hierarchy, and then how to consolidate, integrate without blockage and smooth flow of the information and intelligence shared. So that's the situation that I found is happening with the supply management. So let's hear what she says. I don't know if I have anything to add, but if you're interested and listen to her story, you can listen to it, and you may want to listen to what I said up front now. And if you have a question or comment, please send it to me. This is something I used to do, one portion of what I did with my books, and it's very interesting to see how the change is taking place. Major changes, restructuring into the new direction without human input, but all the data, location, what, when, where, why, how, and how things are synthesized to make sense as a whole, and operator or the manager or guiding person at the top is monitoring how things happen to orchestrate this. That's what's happening. Okay, maybe I add one element, which is about the AI and the human. We human have the mind and the mini mind, mini me, and so forth, similar structure. I mean, how to unblock or find the bottleneck to clear up and develop the flow is critical. And I have more to say about this, but without getting it, the point of the AI in the future is something to relate to us so that we have a good idea of what AI is doing and what's the good and bad about it. We are to experience it as we experience it, going through check, act, plan, do, CAPD process over and over. We accumulate knowledge, get better understanding. So this trend of smaller one to get bigger one, to change the whole structure to happen, how impact the organization, the society, that's something we need to be prepared and concerned about, and have a sense of each of us finding the destiny in this new world. So let's listen to our conversation.
Agent is telling the robots, aisle 7, pallet 19, like you're no longer relying on a person, like
Right.
a floor manager, to give out the instructions and then say, okay, this is what needs to be done, the
Right.
order needs to be done in, this is everything for today in order to get XYZ packed, shipped out on time, all of this.
Right.
Instead, we're looking at a generative AI model, AI agent, saying,
Okay. Let's go
Press A, B, C.
slowly. Okay. Let me. I'm sorry if I'm taking time, but just tell me if you're busy.
yeah, I just have to leave by 10.
So how
to
much
check
time
out.
we have?
4 minutes.
4 minutes. Because I was in the Kanban and
Oh,
whatever
Kanban.
that, and what's
Yeah.
the other one? Resource allocation, MRS or whatever the term.
yeah.
Oh, I forgot that one anyway.
Like material scheduling.
Yeah. So now, agent knows all the data of where, what, and how many,
Yes.
and what the order is. So they figure out.
The agent makes
When you
the
say
schedule.
each agent, what do you mean by the each agent?
So, you know, like ChatGPT, right?
Yeah, right,
You give it, you
Right,
type
right.
in, you ask it a question.
right.
Now
So the
agent,
robot is doing the communication
Yes.
with the agent, right?
yes.
Yeah.
The agent is like, you know how ChatGPT will respond to you like a person
Right,
does?
right.
That's the agent.
Right,
That's
I
the
know,
AI
I know,
agent,
yeah,
right?
right.
Okay. So, but instead they're building now, you don't need somebody to sit there and type
Right,
in and say, take
right.
this data, give me a
Right.
production
It's
schedule.
automated, right,
It's just the agent exists on its own.
right.
And it's all connected, so they use the
Right, but there was only single agent for one warehouse or not?
no, there's multiple.
How many?
I don't know.
Okay.
So the typical structure.
What's the definition of each agent?
There's usually one like lead agent, that's the manager
Right, at the top.
at the top.
Right.
And then usually there's like maybe three or four
Yeah.
that I worked with. Those 3 or 4
Communicate
are
with
maybe
each other,
are
right.
communicating with each other and
Right.
then back to it. So the lead manager AI agent might say, okay, AI bot number 1, take
Right.
this data,
Right.
take this data and analyze it and produce me a forecast. Work with AI bot number 2
Right.
to then create a production schedule.
Right.
So the lead AI agent is telling the other AI what, like, sort of think of like an entry level supply chain individual.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So instead of like
Yeah, I got
hiring
it.
someone out of college to do it, these AI agents will do it. And then the lead AI agent is like the floor manager of the warehouse, will take all the information, say, okay, great, thank you for doing that analysis. Okay, let me take this, and then send out
Right.
messages.
Right.
And then on the distribution floor, now you have robotic,
Right.
like
They're moving things and
they're moving,
and
yes,
they keep
like the forklifts.
right.
Yes.
Everything. So that the information goes back there as much as the order is
And then
being done.
sensors everywhere.
Yeah.
IoT,
Yeah.
everything's
Where
IoT.
things are, right.
Yeah.
So that's what the smaller
the
companies
future.
has developed. Future or the current?
So right
They're
now,
moving in that situation is what you're saying.
some people are already building these. Some people
Yeah, I'm
already
sure.
have these,
Right.
but there's still oftentimes a
The
human
whole.
component.
Yeah, right.
They have to be like babysat. You can't
Right,
just
right,
fully
right,
trust
right,
it.
right.
So usually they have a person
Right.
working with a few AI agents,
Okay.
and the person is like supervising it.
Okay, I
But
got
they're
it.
moving towards fully no human,
Right.
like humans maybe on a very high level watching this,
Yeah.
right? Making sure the overall system is working.
Right.
But they're moving towards no longer needing a person. So I haven't seen this at a big company, but small companies are definitely moving in this direction.
So
And
what,
even the big companies are introducing small use
Elements
cases
of
of
it,
AI
right, yeah.
agents here and there, but it's still like 90% human labor, 10% AI
Right.
labor.
so what I get is that the things are happening and moving forward, and smaller companies can manage better than others to get things done, whole thing tied down with an agent and all the structure. The AI, which AI do they use in this? Typical GPT or
I think mostly GPT, or there's the what's the one, Windows?
Gemini or the
Gemini.
Microsoft, Copilot, the Microsoft, right?
I think it's usually GPT or Gemini, and sometimes Copilot.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Especially if the company already has a Microsoft contract
Right. So
for all of their
what
software.
I see is that those are the basis of this company, that company. Then if you assemble those and all the AI component put together, then you have the whole AI with all the knowledge of everything.
Yeah. So
That's why they buy it.
yeah. So basically, you're thinking of
Okay, it makes sense.
instead of hiring people,
Oh yeah.
they're just gonna.
You're hiring the agent.
You're hiring the AI agent from, if they use Google as their like Gmail,
Right,
their
yeah,
cloud,
yeah.
then they'll probably use Gemini. If they use Microsoft Teams, Outlook, they'll probably
Okay,
use
so
Copilot.
that Accenture is then to be the consolidating the whole thing to move in that direction.
Yes, Accenture
And
is
nobody-
kind of like a partner of like, oh, you and this technology company, okay, now work together and we'll code an AI, a custom AI agent for you.
Right.
Yeah, it's like that.
Okay, so I got it. So, what it means in terms of the future of the supply management, Accenture is one of the leading company to assemble, integrate because of the hiring, buying the companies who has the capability. The company itself, the software buying, they buy the company.
Yes, the company's buying the software.
Right.
Accenture is helping kind of like connect it all together.
Right.
And Accenture is also looking at, there are like either boutique consulting firms who have been
Right.
already doing this,
Yeah.
or Accenture is looking at like other like technology supply chain, like any companies that are really pushing forward in this area. Accenture wants to buy them, and then Accenture wants to like use
The
their
software
knowledge.
component of it, that is what you buy, right? Not the whole company.
No, buying people, a company, a whole small company with people with the knowledge of how to do this.
Oh, I see. The company itself you're buying with the people.
Yes.
Okay, take over.
Yes. So we've acquired a lot of small,
Right.
usually small boutique logistics or supply chain technology consulting firms where maybe they just work on something really specific. They've done this like so many times, and
Right.
Accenture will buy them because Accenture wants people with that knowledge. So then you can take the people who have done it on a smaller scale and then bring
Yeah, I
them
got
to one of the big like Fortune 100 clients.
So how does, like, I worked with Boston Consulting Group, so like McKinsey, Boston,
BCG.
how do you
Compare.
compete or the work together? How is that
We
situation?
don't really compete with McKinsey because McKinsey's so strategy,
Right.
and Accenture is very technology.
Right.
We compete mostly with Deloitte and PwC.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like Deloitte
Oh, I see.
Technology or PwC
So
Technology.
they're doing the same thing.
Yeah, so Accenture doesn't really do as much like strategy work, and
Right,
Accenture doesn't
right.
have
More
accounting.
operation.
It's just focused on the technology part.
Right. Okay.
Yes. So it's just focused on like implementing SAP or building the AI bot or like building a custom app or something like that for a
So
client.
your work is what? Personally, what part do you do there?
I'm
landscape,
more of like
how things happen.
I'm more of like a product manager.
Meaning,
So I don't do the coding.
right?
I'll work with an offshore team that does the coding.
Yeah.
And then I mainly work with the client, like the director.
The big companies.
Yes.
Ah, I see.
Like
So bridging the gap kind of
yes,
thing.
bridging the gap.
Right.
So the main client at the big company is saying, okay, this is what we want, this is what we think this is, and I'm talking to them about, okay, what about 5 years and 10 years? What's your long-term vision? What's your strategy? And then from there, turning that into technology requirements, saying, okay, that means you need an app with this features. Okay. That means, okay, let's look at this technology, or like what AI makes sense for you, and then if they want to, they'll sign another contract saying, yes, we want to hire you for the next 5 years to build this, blah 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 blah. Right. And then that's when we bring in the software engineers. Okay. So it's like that.
I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Well, it was really nice to meet you and talk with you. Good luck with everything.
Yeah.
I hope you find out more about this stuff. It's cool.
What stuff?
The AI.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have some concern. Yeah, I have a big concern.
Oh yeah, no, I have concerns too. It's interesting, but it's also like very scary.
Oh, totally.
Because it's like they want to completely get rid of people, so I'm like, that's a little scary, huh?
Yeah, the brain is too much and heart is left behind. That's one of the book I wrote the last time. It's 2002.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna read it. I think I should. Okay. Well, I should get out of here before I'm late to check out. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care.